More bodies. A lot more bodies.
But where's it going? Gods, what happened?
The dwarf rocks on her haunches, gnawing at her own bloody knuckles. Her wet, fearful eyes flick to you. She lowers her fist just enough to hiss a warning.
Away! Away! Too noisy! It'll come back! It'll take me too!
She shrinks into the fetal position.
It'll come back! It'll come back! It'll come back! It'll come back! And we'll all be eaten alive!
The dwarf shakes her head vigorously.
No! I don't want to look! I saw too much already! Too much!
Your efforts draw an expression of eerie calm. She stares up at you, wide-eyed.
You'll see for yourself! They take us for food! They take us for food for their spawn! They'll take you too!
Her stillness dissolves. Trembling, she curls herself into a whimpering ball and shuts you out. The spirit taps his foot, arms crossed tight across his chest.
Why are you wasting everyone's time? Get to the site before the Empress sees! Haven't you seen the excavation site? There's real treasure there. Bones of the beast. The site's close. It has to be.
What are you doing? They're close. I can feel them. Run. For the love of the seven, run. There's no time. Run, you idiot. Run! A sorcerer. Still wearing the collar, too.
Damn dirty claws off me. Get your damn...
am I? Allowing oneself to be overtaken by a void woken demonstrates a remarkable weakness of character.
Where am I? I wonder where the others might be.
The fish wished it had been the one that got away.
I can't hear nothing. Nothing but that voice. It won't stop, it never stops.
The dwarf starts to sob quietly, with his hands pressed over his ears. The dwarf snaps around to look at you, panic filling his sapphire eyes.
It won't stop. Since we locked up Maldus, his voice, it just won't stop.
He grabs your arm, pawing at you while his mouth moves silently. His blue eyes swirl, turning an oily black as you watch. dwarf sways in front of you. His eyes are unfocused, and he seems to be mumbling something to himself.
84 tankards of beer in a cave, 84 tankards of beer. Pick one up, tip back your cup, 80.
The ghost grasps at the handle of his mug and stares in confusion as his hand passes right through it.
4 tankards of beer. Oh no, that ain't right. I'm just trying to enjoy one last drink before I go on duty. I'll be down guarding Mordus. Gets cold down in that vault. Figured a drink or two to guard against the chill wouldn't hurt, eh? Is that fact? Well, now, that's a fine thing.
The ghost tries to pick up his mug again, fumbles, and stares at it in confusion.
Slippery little devil, ain't ya?
You will all die.
Alive. The little ones, once they burst out of their eggs, they ate me screaming. I don't understand. Why did this happen? Why wasn't the divine here to save me? Too little, too late. I'm already dead. And Rivellon's been on its own for too long now.
The spirit's hands are clamped firmly over her ears. Her mouth is firmly closed, and her eyes are squeezed shut. As you reach out, you hear a dry, crackling voice.
Kill the dwarves. They are not your friends. They are not your allies. They must die. And when the eggs hatch, when beautiful life bursts forth, give yourself to it. Lay down your head and rest. Your duty will be done. Let them come. Do not fight it. Let them bite you. Let them feed.
You pull away with a jerk, gasping for breath. The dwarf whimpers a little in front of you. The dwarf whimpers
Never thought I'd be relieved to die like that. If you hadn't come along, I would have been eaten by them damn hatchlings we were guarding. I wish I could tell you, but my brain ain't quite straight. It's still full of Mordus's fog. All I know is I were to guard those eggs with my life. And once they cracked open, I was to lay down my weapon and let them eat me. You spared me from that at least. Thank you. Be damned if I know. We had him locked up tight in the hole beneath his office, waiting for Lohar's go-ahead before we threw him off the cliff. Then, the next thing you know, I hear this voice. His voice. Telling me to kill. And my hand went for my dagger.
I found something.
got to be kidding me.
Use. Perhaps if I modify the essential substrate with the... Oh, never mind, that won't work.
The dwarven woman hums to herself as she works with total focus and concentration. Her ears twitch as you approach, but she does not turn to you.
Yes.
She turns to peer up at you, surprise and mistrust evident in her intelligent face.
And what business is it of yours, outsider?
She twitches, worry creasing her forehead as she begins to stammer an answer to you.
I'm trying to fix up this delivery device. Same little beauty the Order used to wipe out the Black Ring with the side order of elves in the last war. But I've reached the end of my tinkering abilities. Not my fault, but only the original creator could fix it now, and she'll be along any day now. A lizard named Hannig. Crazy smart, crazy all round really. She should get here from Paradise Downs any day now.
It delivers death fog, of course. This is a slightly modified version of what the Order used during the war.
Queen Justinia's orders, of course. Can't really say any more than that to you.
Even if our runes were glowing right, I still haven't sorted out the diagnostics. Jeez, I'm pretty sure the results were different yesterday, but I've changed nothing. should... Oh, this is impossible! Perhaps if I modify the essential substrate with the... Oh, never mind, that won't work. Maybe? No. Maybe? No. Maybe? Oh, what's the use? It's easy for Hannah to write. Where in the void am I supposed to find Tenebrian tools?
The payload of the Peacemaker is here. I can feel its power.
It's easy for Hannah to write. Where in the void am I supposed to find Tenebrian tools? If the vertices were aligned correctly, then my runes should... Oh, this is impossible! I'm positive I read about this in last month's Avant-Garde Alchemist. I wouldn't give for Hannah's advice right now.
The blindfolded statue is partly embedded in the rock face, reaching forth as if yearning to be free of the granite that surrounds her.
hatchlings. They ate us. Alive. I watched them swallow bodies and then swallow souls. They fed on our flesh and our souls. I did not think they would ever be stopped. I did not think they could ever be stopped. I would have said you had lost your mind, but...
She looks around the chamber, taking in the sea of cracked, broken eggs and dead Voidwoken.
But perhaps there is hope.
will find a way to complete the ritual. I must, my lord. You made it all the way here, you creeping little maggots? Have you wriggled up to bow to me? Has Lohar sent you to beg forgiveness for his sins? My lord had faith. He came to me when Lohar failed the queen. And as a reward for my service, he has granted me his favor. He has granted me Mord Akane. Armies? Merely sheep with swords, minds that beg to be controlled. But Mord Akane is so much more than the power to have those beasts slaughter each other. And it is mine. By the Lord's grace, the power is mine. you slut. You made it all the way here. My lord had faith as a reward. Arm, but and
The Master Sorcerer throws up his pocked, cracked arms to defend himself as you step forward. The undead dwarf looks quickly over its shoulder, his gaze darting from shadow to shadow.
Of course, anything, just name it. He wanted the Death Fog destroyed. Once he knew his rats had found it in the Peacemaker's wreck, he wanted it destroyed. The greatest weapon Rivellon has ever seen lands in his lap, and he ordered the barrels thrown into the ocean. We couldn't let it happen. We needed it. So I took control. Ah! The Queen! It's the Queen! She saw what Death Fog did to the Black Ring. She saw it destroy the Elven Forest. She said the dwarves needed power like that. And he told me to make sure she got it. He told me to ensure they got to... Arcs. The barrels were going to Arcs. The power gifted to me. The power of Mordecai. The power to bend the feeble-minded to my will. And so much more. It was a gift from... It was a gift. What? Source?
The skeleton slowly lowers his arms.
Of course. You're God-woken. You seek power. Ultimate power. And I worried we could not find common ground. Yes, God-woken, I can teach you. If you swear you won't banish me to the afterlife. Praise be. Very well, God-woken. Listen carefully. Source and void, day and night, love and hate. One is meaningless without the other. To grow your source, to achieve your potential, you must embrace the void.
The grinning skeleton reaches into the folds of his robes and pulls out a small black mass. It's covered in veins and oozing pus.
Here, God-woken. Take a bite.
You double over, emptying the meager contents of your stomach onto the stone floor.
Huh? Not for you. Perhaps it's an acquired taste.
Deep inside, your god hisses in anger. Do it, it snarls. All will be well. Just do it.
Regardless, you asked me to show you how to channel more source, and I offered you a solution. I did my part, and now I'm leaving this cursed place.
The thick pus explodes into your mouth, coating the back of your throat. You can feel it running down your throat like rancid custard. You start to retch, your body struggling to reject this intruder. But your teeth clamp down hard on the fibrous, gritty flesh as you force yourself to chew and swallow. As the flesh fills your mouth, you start to see darkness. Darkness that swallows everything, all hope, all joy. Darkness that leaves nothing but the foul taste of betrayal. The vision fades, only to be replaced by a new sensation. Deep within you, you feel something change. Your soul opens up, and you feel it swell as new channels for source start to flow through you. You swallow all you can, and despite the meat in your stomach, you feel a new space inside you. A potential waiting to be filled.
There, I held up my end of the bargain. I did as you asked. And now I'm getting as far from this cave as my bones will take me.
Mortis looks at you in alarm.
God's graves, please be quick. I can't. He'll hear. He'll know. He'll find me. He'll come. If I tell you I die, or
or worse.
Mordus takes a step back, looking about in half-crazed panic.
I can't. I can't. Not now. It's too late. It's all too late.
The dwarf sets his jaw and firmly refuses to speak until you ask him something else.
What? No, I can't.
You grab the dwarf's old brittle arm and follow through with your knee. There's a dry snapping sound as the crumbling bone cracks and gives way.
Ah! No! Stop! Stop! I beg you! I'll tell you.
You relent, and the dwarf stumbles back, cradling his fractured arm and whimpering.
It's him. The one the seven rejected. The god.
The dwarf is interrupted by another crack. You see his femur has developed a break. The fracture spreads, shearing the bone in two. Mordus, he looks up, and you see that his jaw is cracked, broken, and falling to pieces. Fissures are starting to run across his skull, and his ribs start to snap and fall one by one. Mordus tries to raise his remaining arm to his head, splaying his fingers wide, but the digits are viciously snapped off by some unseen force. You hear the tiniest whimper from the skeleton before his face caves in, as if smashed with an invisible mace, and the body lies still and silent.
Incredible! I've never felt so alive.
You feel newfound powers of the source course wildly through your body. Deep inside your soul, your god calls for you. It would be wise to meet with your god again by performing the Meister's ritual, here or in Siva's vault. The thought of death fog gives you pause. A weapon like that should give everyone pause.
Ah, death fog. Instant victory. I always applauded Lucian for using it.
This scourge, this destroyer of my people should be wiped from the face of the earth.
A weapon of untold destruction, and you use it against your own kind, knowing it ends their existence? How barbarous.
Don't worry about it, says Lohar. Quietest work around, says Lohar. Well, I don't see him here, cold as the stone he's lying on. It will be fine, my arse. And here I was, the fool, believing him.
The ghost swings a foot to kick its old body in frustration, but the boot sails straight through her corpse.
Because it's his fault. If not for him, I'd still be sitting there, wine in hand, happy as Larry. But no, he knew best. He wanted the death fog destroyed. That's why we were to make sure it got into the right hands. Our hands! I even stood guard of Mordus when he were doing nothing but the Queen's bidding. No wonder we came to this. This is what I deserve for following the orders of a leader with the spine of a sponge. Thank Duna Her Majesty has more steel in her belly than that coward. You're a little tool to be asking questions like that. Her Majesty is trying to do what's best for the dwarf people. And there's not a thing more you need to know.
The lock's melting away. Orders turned the key into an amulet. Cunning.
this cave couldn't get any more grim.
I do not want to know what that smell is.
Death, most likely. Watch your step.
The statue reaches blind. Your body is still.
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't feel too much. You're safe among friends.
Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work. If any of you see so much as a...
Behind the containers, the fish in one of the barrels shifts slightly.
Please, you have to help me. The Magisters have gone mad. I don't know what they're talking about. I've nothing to do with the missing Magisters. I'm just a tinkerer. I wouldn't hurt an imp. And now they want to execute me. Please, you have to help me. I have to get out. I just need to get out of Driftwood. I can't risk being seen, but if you can get out of town, I can escape to Arks. Please, I'll do anything. Just don't let them see me. Don't let them find me. Thank you. Oh, Lucian, 7 times divine, thank you. I'll follow your lead. But please, be careful. If the Magisters see me, I'm done for. you're safe. At last, I can breathe again. At last! I was sure I'd die in that wreck.
Meet your maker.
Contact me. I'll see you in the Hall of Echoes.
The ghost hovers in the air, looking down at its mutilated body. It seems confused. Its eyes can't quite seem to focus on the scene before it. Higbar's spirit turns at the sound of your voice, but its eyes seem to look right through you. It opens its mouth, but no sound comes out. The spirit seems confused, lost. It looks away, as if hearing a sound, and starts to fade slightly. You're in darkness, bar a crack of light. You can feel cold, dead scales against your cheeks, and a colder knot that twists in your stomach as the Magisters hunt for you. The spirit is panicking, fighting against you, but you start to see flashes. The tavern, the kitchen, the chef, a forbidden recipe, the clink of gold, the chef, the stew. Before you can wring any more detail out of it, the spirit breaks free. It twists and writhes in the air before it fades to nothing.
Right about me. I'm just another useless elf. If they got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared of. A hunger gnaws at
The spirit of a Magister stares dumbly at her translucent hand, the fingers of which have been sheared off.
My ring! Where's my ring?
The spirit pivots her wrist, staring at the fingerless hand, utterly, morbidly entranced.
I should have been more careful. She hacked at my sword hand first. I couldn't defend myself.
The spirit stares, absorbing your question. Finally, she points her fingerless hand towards the kitchen. The spirit's lips part, trying to form an answer, but it doesn't come. She forlornly stares at you, unable to find the words. The cook acknowledges you with a graceful little bow, but keeps her eyes on you the whole time.
There's nothing here for you, sister. You should go back out front, where it's safe. Cinnamon, not nutmeg. There's a food shortage in these parts. Fresh meat can be hard to come by. Liberal seasoning helps disguise all sorts of sins. Now please, I must return to my work. Here, my special stew just for my elven kin. Take it with my compliments. Now I really must get back to my work. Please,
I must insist you keep out of my kitchens. It's not safe for you to wander about like this. Sharp knives, boiling liquids, short tempers. Don't underestimate the dangers here. Now, please, I must insist. I'm merely catering to our sensibilities. A stew of animal meats would be an assault on our senses, enough to turn the stomach. A ghost? Peddle your children's tales elsewhere. I have work to do. Please, I must insist you keep out of my... There are other elves, ones who aren't working and have time to talk.
The cook's hand moves behind her back. Hadn't there been a knife on the table a moment before?
I find dignity in other ways. Those who gorge themselves out there call us savages, but I know differently. Now,
Keeping one hand behind her back, she gestures to the door with the other.
please, I must insist you keep out... Please, I must insist you keep out of my kitchens. It's not safe for you to wander about like this.
I've spotted something.
Please, I must insist you keep out of my kitchens.
Hey, Rudy, you're good with the magic. Nova.
Same as before, the spirit remains locked in a shocked trance.
I remember it was warm. There was smell. Cinnamon. She took my uniform. I heard it crackling in her hearth. Go there, please. Find my ring. Release me.
Please, I must insist you keep out of my kitchens. It's not safe for you to wander about like this.
Any warmth in the cook's eyes drains away. She holds your gaze for a long moment, then...
I don't know what you're talking about.
The cook maintains her stare, the tiniest hint of a sneer on her lips.
Prove it, or else get out. No, you sweet fool. You couldn't. The things you're insinuating about me require proof, and it seems as though you have none. So don't you pit your word against mine. You'll only lose. Now get out to my kitchen before I make you wish the death fog had taken you.
What would I do with that?
Might as well have rotted in the death fog. What's even the point? It doesn't make... What is it? Unless you know something about the disappearances, leave me alone. I need to concentrate. I told you already, he wasn't responsible. This won't change anything. More will vanish.
That's their search.
What would I do with that?
I'll take your order if you want.
I have nothing more for you. No food.
What would I do with that?
I have nothing more for you. No food.
Be glad you don't have to witness this.
What would I do with that?
Cooking notes? Wait, there's something wrong with this.
A lifeless elven child is cradled in your arms. Your vision blurs with tears. You look away. To a raised valley below. Tendrils of death fog dissipate, revealing a victorious Divine Order army advancing. Humans, magisters, murderers.
Be glad you don't have to witness this sudden ill.
Might as well have rotted in the death fog. What's even the point? It doesn't... What is it? Unless you know something about the disappearances, leave me alone. I need to concentrate. The cook! The elven cook! You're saying she's involved in this? She's been found dead, I heard. I thought she was another victim, maybe. But this changes everything. Do my comrades know? Did you tell them what you discovered? Well, in that case, I might just...
The disappearances have been solved, and no thanks to you. It took a former magister, a bloody elf no less, to see the task done. At least this farce is over. I don't reward cravens and liars. Now get out of here!
You can end all this.
Better get out there before Mordus makes it all the way past Arx.
Lohar takes the amulet and turns it over in his hand. He pockets it matter-of-factly.
What did you find in the cave? Dead, more dead, and Mordus with them. I owe you. Whole realm owes you, really, but I'll do my best to settle that debt myself. Take this key. Nicked it from the Whites. It opens a chest in the Magister Barracks, 2nd floor. Be careful getting at it. If they spot you, it'll be lights out. Should be some good stuff in there, though. Real good. I guess there's no hiding it now. It's like this. I didn't sign up to move Deathfog. Other weapons, even soul-forged weapons, sure. But Deathfog? Absolutely not. When we found the bomb on a Magister ship, I was told to ship it to Arx along with the rest of the stuff. But I couldn't. I didn't want my people to have it any more than theirs. Nothing good can come of Deathfog. Nothing. Mordus disagreed, obviously. But thanks to you, he's dead. I'll go destroy the Deathfog bomb myself. Make sure no one can get their hands on it. Ever.
In an instant, Lohar goes completely white.
No! What have we done? I don't deserve your kindness. I should have told you before. I just... No, I've got no excuse. I'm gonna do what I can to stop the Queen. I suggest you try the same. Get to Arx. End this before Justinia does. There'll be a wedding in full swing by the time you arrive. A girl named Isla and some do-nothing type. Her father's well placed, though. If anyone knows where to find the Queen, it's him. Mikhail Ross is his name. Tell him I sent ya. Arx, wedding, Mikhail Ross. Got that? Off with you then. Time ain't on our side.
Hope you don't go blind after all that. Think those fingers of yours will ever heal?
Why you gotta make us hurt ya?
Speak. Huh. A tale of cloaks and daggers and daredevilry. You up for it? Wonderful.
She bows with thespian flair.
Imagine a black room. It's been your room for years. You know it by touch more than sight, for it's always dark. And when I say always dark, I mean always dark. You're either in the room or in the box, for it's in the box that you travel. You're only let out at night, because you only hunt in the night, with the Master's voice in your ears urging you on. And after it's done, you lie down in the box once more, with wet hands and mad red thoughts. Sometimes it's best to let sleeping questions lie. The thing is, the box didn't break me, though I confess it taught me to hate. One night, I killed a scholar. With my needle through his fragile old skull, he fell headfirst upon his writing desk, blood mingling with spilt ink. It's when I saw the ink that timid thoughts of rebellion first bloomed. Back in my dark room, I dipped my needle that killed the scholar in his own ink, and engraved his name in my skin. I'd remember him. I'd honor him with vengeance. His name was the first, but many more followed. Of course.
She bares her left arm and shows you the name. You softly run your finger across it.
Mindarin. He was Turashar, a keeper of stories. I'm sure he was loved by many. People like him, the beloved dead, they kept me going. Then, one day, it happened. A gush of wind, a sliver of light. Light! I hardly knew it for what it was. A simple oversight that comes with habit. A door, left slightly ajar. That was all I needed to feel a rush of blood, a thirst for liberation like never before. I tore at the shackles that kept me chained to the floor, iron thick as a smith's wrists. Of course they wouldn't budge, they never did before. But now that I saw the light, something welled up inside me, a raw and undeniable burst of power. The shackles broke, and next thing I knew, I was free. I stood alone outside the ruins of a fortress, snow-capped peaks all around me. But the sun, oh, the sun. I had risen as if from the grave, and she kissed me back to life. Why, I traveled back to civilization and had myself a long, luxurious bath. I was given my needle by the master. Guess I'm just sentimental like that. Fine, if it means that much to you.
She draws her needle and holds it up between thumb and index finger.
Go on. Ever so gently touch the tip.
Barely have you touched the needle's pinpoint surface when a thick droplet of blood wells up from your fingertip.
Sharp little minx, isn't she? Sibyl, this needle was forged in an altogether different world. It wasn't wrought upon a crude anvil hammered into shape with rough blows. No, it was cast with demon precision. It is absolutely priceless, and it's yours. The Master's own words. And he was right. As an instrument of assassination, it's absolutely priceless. But one day soon, he'll find out just how much he overspent on his gifts for little old me. Just why this needle is a girl's best friend. One might say I'm a bit of a sucker for poetic justice.
Just when I think this land holds no more surprises, I find myself in some place even more dismal than the last. Still, at least this is an interesting variation on dismal. What would I do? Oh, dear heart, it is not a question of would. It is a question of what will I do. It is only fitting, after all. You worshipped the Eternals as gods. Why not follow one as divine? Yes. And how is that working out, I wonder? Perhaps if your precious Lucian had been a little less mortal, you would still have a divine, and the Voidwoken would not be trying to chew on my bones. Honestly, you turn your back for just a few millennia, and the world goes to stink. The Lady Armadia has laid out the plight of the world, and begged me to help fix it. It is a grave responsibility, but one that I gladly accept.
Yes. Ah, yes. The dream visions. I've been bombarded with a lot of grandiloquent prophecies that an analytical mind like mine is obliged to meet with a certain degree of skepticism. Were it not for the princess. Like all lizards, I give great credence to dreams, for I know them to flow not from the sleep-hazed mind, but from another plane of existence altogether. Sometimes, in that vast phantasmagorical chaos, two storm-tossed kernels meet and become a constant. The Red Princess is the secret of my soul. There is no doubt we are meant for one another. Meant for dragons. Ontologically speaking, where the return of the great red dragons is as yet but a possibility in the realm of Rivellon, it is already fact in the disarray of dreams. I notice a certain limitation in your vocabulary. You're welcome. As if that ever was in doubt. Now, I don't blame you for being skeptical. It shows a penchant for logic. But logic, dreams, and prophecy make for an ill-tasting cocktail indeed. Bear with me, though. I'll make it taste sweet just yet. At first, I admit it was all rather tiring. I was, after all, marched out of my own empire, and I've been hounded by the odd assassin ever since. After that came the indignity of the collar and incarceration. But ever since we decided to be so bold as to bid our farewell to Fort Joy by any means, it's all been rather fun. Oh, I could complain about the food and the lodgings and the sheer barbarity of the common folk. But in truth, all of that fits within the larger frame that is adventure. Adventure is precisely what my life was missing. I told you earlier I could tell you tales about what it was like to be a prince of the house. Tales that would last us 1,000 nights. That is true. But I'd much rather speak of the tale we are shaping now. Yes. As long as that road eventually leads all the way back to my throne, that is.
He sighs, rather dramatically.
Oh, perhaps that's because I don't quite enjoy broaching the subject. Thank you. But I suppose you've earned the right to know. The long and short of it is that I was banished because I was found in bed with a demon. Because I invited her in, of course. How else? You clearly have a hard time understanding all this, so let me paint you a picture. I am a prince of the House of War. There are others with that title, but none of them are the Red Prince, the jewel in the crown of the Empire. I lived in the Forbidden City, a vast complex of palaces that houses the royal family and its servants. No others are allowed to enter it. As for myself, I was never allowed out. That is the price I paid for my genius. I was too valuable to be exposed to the dangers of the outside world. all the wars I won, and I won them all, of course, I won from the comfort of sofas. Bring me information, and I will deduct, then instruct. From amid the ultimate opulence of my quarters, I expanded and very much ruled the empire. I had it all, and frankly, I got bored. Exactly. I did not suffer the boredom of some spoiled brat. Mine was the absolute absence of challenge, the longing not simply to watch the horizon, but to journey towards it. If I could not experience the joys of the world beyond, I had to bring the world to me. Miraculous what a sorcerer can do with a little arcane lore. I summoned demons, the most dangerous game in the world. But they knew they met their match in me, and so we conversed. We drank wine, we played chess. Converse with demons, and you learn of the shadows behind creation. Drink wine with them, and you have visions of worlds beyond worlds. Play chess, and you know that one wrong move is certain death. My mind rejoiced. Now for the body, I reasoned, so with a certain succubus I spent nights that would surpass your understanding. So you do comprehend. I spent a whole year in the company of demons, every night atop the white library tower of my palace. It was my great study of existence. It was my supreme joy, even if... Yes, even if it led to my downfall. What happened next was simply unforeseen. One moonless night, the succubus that was my lover turned to me, fangs exposed. But I could tell from the glint in her eyes she wasn't bent on our usual fang play. There was no light in that glint. It was the darkness of the void, the wet darkness of spilt blood. And in short, I was afraid. I tried to move away, but it was too late. She was upon me. She had done it. She had outmaneuvered the Red Prince. Finally, I was vanquished. She went for my neck, quick as a charging cobra, but then suddenly it's as if time ground to a halt. Something deep inside me welled up, a power I never knew I had. She simply froze under my stare. Then she screamed. A scream so abhorrent its ripples caused birds to fall dead from the sky. People covered their ears in vain as they went insane. The Imperial Guard forced itself into my chambers and found me with the succubus still on top of me. I believe the phrase is caught red-handed,